Peace and all good things. Throughout these weeks, around the Feast of St. Francis during this month of October, I've been reflecting upon a few of the reasons why I personally became a friar and why I love the Franciscan tradition. And today I wanted to speak about one of the virtues that I think is paramount in the life of St. Francis that really attracted me as a young man to become a friar, and that is that of humility. I remember being in Assisi many times and visiting the place. One of my favorite places to visit is where St. Francis encountered and embraced the leper. That St. Francis, who had everything up on top of the hill, came from a well-to-do family, gave up everything because he recognized the face of Christ in the poor. And he wanted to serve Christ in the poorest of the poor in Assisi, and in a particular way in that place where the lepers were, and serve the needs of the poor. I think that this is really a radical way to live our lives. This humble attitude. It was not only what St. Francis did, but really how he lived his life. Lived a life of humility, seeing God in all situations, especially in the lives of the poor. And perhaps we are called to as well. Now, I was reading very much on some of the saints in the Franciscan tradition, and one of the most common themes is that of humility, and how humility, going after the example of Christ, who was humble himself, became man, died on the cross for us, really recognized the face of Christ in the poor and those who were in need. I think that this is really what St. Francis lived as another Christ, and how we're called to have a humble attitude today, serving the needs of the poor, but not only those who are materially poor. Obviously that's extremely important, those who are marginalized in our society. But I think that this is really an attitude that we can live in our daily lives. Who are those people in the workplace right now who maybe are on the margins, those who we don't really like to talk to, those who are different than us? Perhaps today we can have humility and build a bridge and reach out to them and show them God's love and mercy. Perhaps in our own family, that family member who we really don't like to call, we really don't like to see, is at the margins of our family, that we can be humble and reach out to them. I think that humility is not thinking badly about ourselves, but really seeing who we truly are, that we're not perfect, that we need God's help, we need God's mercy, and really without God we are nothing. So let us be humble today, recognizing our need for God's mercy and love in our own lives, and then in turn share that love and mercy with those who are most needy in our communities, in our families, and in our world today. God bless you.